All right. Hello, you guys. Welcome to Taking the Next Step with Technology. I am Mrs. Bjorklund.
And I'm Mrs. Kluzacek. So we're just still figuring out how we want to go through our agenda. And if you see us looking down, like in this area, it's because we have a really planned out spiel that we want to give to you. So basically, we want to first explain why we are on a video and not actually here, like physically with you on Wednesday when Flyer Time class starts. We actually both, oddly enough, had appointments that we had to be at, like we couldn't reschedule. So we were really sad that we couldn't be with you guys the first day. But we are really excited that we are able to teach together. Again, if you had our yoga class together, you probably got some Zen. But with this class, we really, like, the whole reason why we wanted to create taking technology to that next level is because we have iPads, we have laptops sometimes, computers, all of these really cool tech tools that do we always know how to use them for our learning like the best that we can. And so we said, let's like do a Flyer Time class and expand that. So first we wanted to introduce ourselves, kind of explain why we had our class the way, or like why we designed it this way. I am also going to explain how our class is going to meet. So right now, both of our taking technology to the next level classes, they're watching the video, like you're watching the video in either Mrs. Bjorklund's room or in my room.
Yep.
It'd be right down the hall. So you are in this room for a reason, and when Friday comes and you're going to have this class for the second day, you are going to go to the same classroom that you're in right now because one of us is going to be taking attendance for your body being in this room.
Yeah. So you have to, if you're assigned my class, you check in with me every day. We'll usually start in our classrooms, and then we might be in our class, and we might be in the rooms the whole time working on iPads, or we might actually be heading down to the math lab, and that's where Scusi and I have the lab reserved for every day that we have Flyer Time. So some days we might just say, like, you know what, this isn't working in here, let's run down to the lab. So we always have that at our convenience, which I really like. But so some things we'll just automatically head down there right after attendance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's figure out the purpose of this
Yes.
course a little bit deeper.
So we have a very, I would say,
High-end, high-tech.
yeah, high-end list for you as far as the purpose. Anything, whether it's language arts or whether it's social studies or our technology course, you really have to understand why. What's the rationale? Why are we doing this? And so the purpose is why we're working on all of this technology shenanigans. Okay? So for the first thing on our purpose of our course is, honestly, we want you and us and everyone in the class to learn how to use new technology tools. And so one of the reasons why we want to be exposed to new tech tools is because so often your teachers are asking you, okay, show us what you learned. And sometimes students look and they're like,
Or how many of you have done PowerPoints? And we get
Oh my
PowerPoints
gosh, yes.
every single presentation that we have. There are other ways, other really, really cool ways, such as like Powtoons or Prezzies, and I know you guys have seen those done, and sometimes that stuff can be intimidating. And we want this class to be like, this is like some free time, free for all to like explore that, practice it, try it. So the next time your teacher says, hey, do something creative, you can blow their socks off with something really cool and techy. So
yeah.
that is one. The next thing that we want to move on to is learning how to be more organized. Now, if any of you are in my normal class, as you can see, I'm kind of anal retentive with my organization. And I also like that as far as technology is concerned. So we want to make sure that we are using these tools that we have and making our lives easier. So we do have one day, I believe, Mary Beth Grams, who is the coordinator tech person of our whole district, who's going to come in and actually teach us how to use a couple cool websites. Google a Day, or no, it
Google
is
Keep.
Google Keep. So one of the Googles, and we are going to be learning how to help us organize, and that'll be a really cool feature. So other things too.
And I was also thinking this Google Keep and learning how to be more organized, it's not just for in school. Like you can
Yeah.
use it in every dimension of your life.
Yep.
So that's what we're really trying to focus on is your future too. How can you use these tech tools for your future?
Yeah.
Our next our next reason or purpose for the course is to learn how to create a website. And so we're gonna just seriously hit the iceberg, hit the get
Tip of the iceberg.
tip of the iceberg. And so we're just going to dabble in what all of Google websites and websites in general, what they have to offer. And so for you, if you've ever made a website, you know that, oh my gosh, I'm going to learn even more. If you're saying like, ooh, that sounds interesting, that's something we're going to be exposed to. And we're just excited because, again, you can use this website when you are in college, when you are in your career, or when you're in your family, or when you're in your business. It's just gonna be awesome.
And honestly, I mean, even the older that we get, the more you start finding your passions as you get older. And so it might be that you really get into doing some art or photography. And this might be when you learn how to do a website, you're going to be able to design it, be so creative with it. And then as you get older, of course, there's going to be updates and new things that you can use, but you're going to kind of know the general gist of how to create a website. And then you can have it be just for hobby stuff. If you like to travel or if you like to do things, you can give your website to friends and they can just kind of follow you along in the journey. And so there's a lot of cool uses for websites. So, and then again, overall, we also want you to just feel more confident navigating the web. You are going to be on the web. We obviously have the same expectations that we have when we are doing things within the class setting, to be respectful. To if you find anything or stumble upon anything that's inappropriate, you get off of it. We don't need to make a big scene about it. We want to be mature about it. So you can let us know because we are going to have assigned, of course your iPads are always tracked back to you, but we are going to have assigned computers when we are down at the computer lab. So and everything's timestamped. So they're going to know when we're down there who's down there and who's on it. So if there is anything that's being used inappropriately, you'll just lose all privileges, which would be really sad. So we don't want to get there. But we all, back to the being confident in just navigating the web. When that does happen, you get off it. But we also want you to be able to just explore and feel good about exploring and feel confident just searching the website. We're going to do some breakouts. So classroom breakouts. I don't know if any of you are familiar. If you've had my class, we've done a few of those. And that you're going to try to, those escape classrooms, but this is digitally. So you are going to learn how to navigate the web being safe by doing a breakout room. So that'll be fun.
One of our, well, I guess it is the last purposeful piece that we have documented at least is just to have fun learning. Honestly, this is going to be a huge learning experience for us because there's there's no way of knowing everything when it comes to anything, but technology too as well. And so we're just super excited to learn along with you, alongside you. And then another, I want to put a slash there because we really want you to feel that sense of empowerment and feel like you are a leader. So when Miss Bjorklund's talking about making good choices and setting a good example, you really are a leader in technology for the school. Once you start taking this course, you're going to be like, yes, I know all sorts of stuff. I want to be able to be a leader and to be confident and to humbly share that information.
Okay, moving on. So when we're done with this video, our sub, is going to hand out a lovely orange half sheet of paper. On this half sheet of paper, the first thing that we want to know is what technology have you used in your classes before that you've enjoyed? So some of your teachers maybe have already introduced you some really cool apps or websites, and we want you to share those with us because we might have just a random day where we're able to just explore a certain chunk of websites, and if you're like, oh, I've already done that, but somebody else brings in something really cool, you might want to jump onto that. So what technology have you used in classes before that you've enjoyed? The next one that we want you to fill out is
the suggestions, right? Another element that we want to have you answer is the suggestions for tools. So kind of piggybacking off of what we were just saying about what's technology that you've maybe used or that you've seen that you have used, or no, what?
That you want
That
to
you
use.
have used that you would want to use, but also spending some time and really investigating and finding something that you're saying, I maybe have never ever used this. I'm curious about it. Not saying that you're committing to using it for the rest of your life, but just saying, I'll spend time figuring out what is this tool? Or maybe it's really similar to another tool that you're interested in. I don't know. So,
And lastly, we're going to ask you like what strengths you have with technology. Now, strengths, we just want to know, are you really good when it comes to organization? Are you creative? Do you like to problem solve? Have you used a lot of this particular, like maybe photography apps or websites? Or maybe you're like, I'm really good at coding. Like, that's my thing. So if that's the case, we want to know where your strengths are, because we might we might break up the classes and have each other maybe be leaders and teachers of certain types of websites or videos. So again, we're kind of doing this as we go, so we're kind of up for whatever. But
so one thing that before we kind of leave you, like we pause our video, is that we really feel strongly about our students in both classrooms, every single one of you being intrinsically motivated. And so what that means is you being motivated for you, wanting to do your best, being the best version of you, not just being motivated when Scoozy or Miss Bjorklund come over to you and say like, okay, you need to do better. No, like we want you to choose to
Just
do better
automatically
on
do it.
your own.
we don't want to have to, because we're not going to be able to. When you are all on computers at yourself, you know how the computer labs are set up. When I'm walking around, I don't want to have to worry about you if I turn my back. I want to know that you guys are doing and being the best people in our classes. And I know Scoozy feels the same way.
Yes.
So
the last thing that we wanted to share was just that honestly, with a course like this, it is like the amount that you get out of it is the amount that you're going to put into it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And so it says in big bold letters on our notes that you have to, along with us, we have to be problem solvers throughout this process. Let's work on that together.
Okay. I like it. So when we're done with this, I'm going to stop the video. Sub's going to hand out those half sheets. You will fill them out, and you are going to get the rest of this class time to explore the web. I want you to fill out this sheet. Scoozy and I, when we come back, we're going to be really reading through this and planning and strategizing what we want this class to really look like. So please make sure that you write nicely so that we can read it, first of all.
I also will add, you'll see there's multiple lines on this piece of paper.
Don't give us one word.
No. I expect this to be like thoughtful. You're spending time.
Otherwise, there's no complaining if you don't like how the class is set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
No complaining. Preach. Okay. I would ask any questions, but we're not with you. So get your stuff done. Be respectful. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. We love you all. Bye.